Plaintiff Treva Minks dated the defendant after they met online, and she thought he was an honest, hard-working Christian man. However, Treva claims she discovered the defendant had a criminal history, and she's suing him for a loan. Defendant Guadalupe Hernandez says when he met Treva, she claimed she was going to be celibate until marriage. But 3 days later, they started having sex. He moved in with her, and she told him that she loved him. He's countersuing for personal property and harassment.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you, ma'am.
I met the defendant on an online dating site in April of 2019. He portrayed himself as an honest, hardworking Christian man.
On the internet?
In person.
Oh, okay.
We quickly jumped into a relationship. About a week later, we entered a business agreement.
In that relationship, y'all weren't fornicating, were you? You didn't have sex before marriage. I'm gonna talk like the preacher should talk. You don't never hear that in church. No. Sex before marriage is a sin. That's what I want to hear when I come to church, Pastor. All the people sitting next to me, behind me, in front of me,
right.
sinning when they leave there at night. I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent.
I am a sinner.
You're a sinner? All right, tell me how the relationship went. How was it?
Horrible.
No, I'm talking about the relationship. The relationship. Get your mind out the gutter. I guess I'm the one that put it in the gutter, so.
That's what I meant, but yeah.
The relationship, argue a lot?
Oh,
was any
no.
flaws that you had a problem with? We all have flaws, but did he have any?
It was over before you knew it. So the flaws were the lying that I didn't actually find out about until later. So,
tell me about some of the lies.
So we'd entered the business agreement. I gave him $10,000. I found out afterwards from a local police officer his current criminal behavior. He was arrested in May of 2019 for vehicle theft. His most recent of 3 DUIs was December 2018. I obviously knew none of this before jumping into all this with him, but he
What
denied.
did he do to you other than steal your money? No.
Yeah.
In terms, why did you all break up? Let's go there.
Because he stole $10,000 from me
Okay,
and never
that's
brought
the
it
reason.
back.
And I'll let you get into detail on that shortly. Sir, let me hear from you.
Yes, we made it on a dating website. And first day, she shows up on her first date with her daughter. I should have known right then that this was odd. You know, we meet on Plaintiff and she shows up with her daughter.
No, she's trying to keep you from making your move so soon. Go ahead. That's what
that was the first date.
Maybe if I bring my daughter, he won't come so direct because he seemed like a sex fiend. He seemed like he might be trying to have sex on the first night. So I know how to get rid of this.
We were at Starbucks.
Go ahead.
And 2 days later, I'm staying at her house. I had my own home already, but I'm staying at her house already, leaving clothes. Third night, I'm already there, and we are fornicating on the third night. But when we first meet, we're talking about church and all that stuff, and celibacy was one of the things she was talking about, and 3 days later, we're already doing it. And it just kept going.
So what did she say about celibacy? She said
she wasn't going to have sex,
but was unsuccessful?
Yes. No, she said she was not going to have sex until she was married again. So those conversations.
She didn't want to have sex.
She was not going to.
Okay.
And so those conversations started fast, and we started having sex pretty fast, too. And then I'm getting I love yous within 3 days. I should have known right then the obsession or what was going on with all that. And then I'm getting phone calls. She's changing what I'm eating. I'm on this new diet. I'm all organic. Everything just got all weird. So I'm like, okay. So I start backing up a little bit. And then it just went from there.
Yeah, he says, fix me. I need you to fix me. You're going to make me a better man. He's just
What did he admit to being wrong about him?
Well, he
wrong
told
with
me
him?
he needed to quit drinking. I said, just because I don't drink doesn't mean you don't need to, quit drinking. Oh, I need to quit drinking. You need to make me a better man. All this stuff, he told me to put him on a diet. He told me about his physical problems. He told me to hook him up with all this. He said, I love you. He said, oh, I just want to make sure you love me too. And he rushed just as much as I did. He's trying to put that on me. I should have been careful.
Most men are semi-dogs, so they're gonna pursue that. Don't be surprised at that. Tell me about the money. What happened with the loan? How does he owe you?
So, well, the $400, this case, he supposedly owned a pizza restaurant, needed to buy ingredients because he lost his wallet. So I loaned him the money. He
How
said,
long after meeting him did he tell you he had a pizza restaurant?
he told me right away that he had a pizza
And how long did it take you to figure out he didn't?
After all this happened, after
And how
he
long
took
is
off
that,
with the $10,400 a week
What,
later.
months? Or-
No, a week later.
Oh, 1 week later.
Yeah.
You found out he was scamming.
Yeah, because after he took off with the money and didn't return it, I started looking into
Them
everything.
outfits, and you didn't see any pizza outfits walking out the door. He didn't have a little hat on or nothing.
He even
He
tried.
walking out the door like that. I'm gonna eat a pizza man. Go
He tried
ahead,
selling
man.
that same pizza restaurant to someone else, a pizza restaurant he didn't own. I found out from the
That's
owner.
big time fraud.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about the circumstances in which you loaned him the money, and when did he say he would repay? And last time you asked him for your money, what has he said?
So when I loaned him the money, he said, I'll have it back this weekend. And then come Tuesday morning when I started uncovering, he didn't give the deposit for the food truck we were supposed to buy. Tuesday morning, on the 7th, I asked him for my $10,400 back. He said, done. But then he just kept putting it off. Give me a few hours. I need to talk to my people. Give me 24 hours. Give me a week. No, take me to court. Let them sort through this. And I'll sort through what? You owe me money. And so, and he admits in the text messages I have clearly, he doesn't, there's many times or three different
Just
times
let me
at
read
least.
it. I'll read it. Sir,
Sure.
why don't you tell me about the loan?
Well, the loan, there wasn't a loan, it was a gift. It was, we're planning she's thinking we're planning our life together. I did own the restaurant. I come home from the restaurant every day from work and I got cash in my pocket, then she should have collected it the next day if that was the case. And the $10,000, that's a whole different story. All that, I'm all the way in Chicago for $400 because of this obsession. She wanted to see me, here I am. I don't know.
You're the one that called me last night drunk telling me to call you back. I don't want to see you. I want nothing to do with you. I want my money back.
Mutual.
And I never want to see your face again. But the problem is you have nothing. So how am I ever going to get my money
Whatever
back from you?
you say is what you're
Lying.
saying. I had my pizza.
Lying.
I took
All
her
you
to
do
the
is
restaurant and her
lie.
daughter to the restaurant with me. They both came to my restaurant when it was closed.
The one
and
that
went
you
in.
don't own.
And
The one that you don't own
I don't own it anymore.
anymore.
However,
You never owned it.
however,
However, why don't you tell me why you told her I figured you could drop by and meet me after that? Can you confirm this meeting when you wake up? I need my money. And you say, done.
Mm-hmm.
well, what she was talking about was a $10,000. We were going on a business venture for a food truck, and we were putting a $10,000 deposit on the food truck. Okay, these people, we were both involved in it. She didn't have much to do and even talk to the people. Well, a deposit is a deposit. This guy was holding the truck after
When
the
did he
weekend.
make the 10,000?
I called him. He
Hold
didn't.
on, man.
different-
When
it's
was
not
it
even-
made?
she don't
Sir,
even-
when was the $10,000 made?
It was on a Saturday, maybe the
Saturday in
about
May,
the, about
first,
the 5th,
second, before
the 4th or the 5th
of May?
Of May, yeah.
Sometime around there?
Yeah.
All right. And when were you supposed to repay it, or you weren't?
Well, the $400 was the $10,000.
$10,000.
It was going to be repaid through a business. We were going to open a food truck.
When?
Throughout, it was going to be maybe 18 months, something like that.
Well, that's why I'm curious, and that's why I ask you, why were you telling her 1 week later that you were going to meet with her to pay her back?
Because I was trying to work with the guy because obviously
You said you didn't even expect it for 18 months.
No.
No, yeah. You said you didn't expect to make any money for 18 months. That's what you said. On May 8th, You were talking about meeting her to pay her then. She wasn't supposed to see profits for 18 months. And then a few days later, she's asking you for her money, and you're saying, okay, I'll meet you. I'll give you your money back. Your claim is dismissed for perjury. Whatever it is you were going to tell me is dismissed. Judgment for a plaintiff, $470 is yours for the unpaid loan, which clearly he admitted he was going to pay. Have a good day.